Hey Dad, it's Nathan, and I just wanted to send you a video message instead of calling you. I just thought I would do this and tell you Happy Father's Day and how much I love and respect you. And I just kind of wanted to go through a brief timeline of my life, of just how you've been so influential in my walk with God and just in my walk of growing up, period. And first off, I just want to thank you just for the diligence that you have as being a father and being a leader and being a man of God. As a child, I have no regrets with being raised in the city. I'm so glad that God called you and Mom to Chicago, and I know that was kind of tough on you guys. I was kind of somewhat raised as an only child just because Corey and Andrea were already off out of the house. But I loved every minute of it, even though I don't know if I'd want to come back to Chicago. Maybe God would have to speak to me audibly on that. But hey, He works in mysterious ways. But just taking us to a whole nother style of living. And I just appreciate that, and knowing that you are diligent in what you do, and I'm very proud of what you do. You could have pastored an incredible church. You probably could have gotten into an incredible gospel singing group and done that, but you just heeded the call of God, and I'm so glad that you were obedient to that, because I don't believe where I would be, I wouldn't be where I was at, am at now, if it wasn't for that. But just to kind of go back a little bit with the timeline, as far as how I'm raising my kids and just how you raised me, I so appreciate, even just with the spanking. I know a lot of people think you're abusing your child now when you do that, which is ridiculous. But I appreciate being spanked. I probably shouldn't have got spanked as much as I did. Or vice versa, really. But just learning that, and just how to raise my children as well. And you've just been an incredible man to emulate. And I appreciate you doing that. You and Mom, and I know the joke around the family is, you guys would ask who would want which one of the parents to spank, and we couldn't really come up with the answers because Dad spanked the hardest, but Mom spanked the longest. Another thing I just really remember that we did all the time was family devotions, and I just appreciate you as a father doing that. I know today it's pretty rare to see that, and I remember the times just sitting around in the living room, me playing the piano, or you singing, and we just doing family devotions, and just everybody taking their turn to pray, and you would end in prayer, and I just appreciate that. Also, just how you treated Mom. I think you were very soft spoken, but just how you treated Mom, I loved watching, and how I treat my wife is by watching you and how you treat Mom, and I just appreciate the love and respect that you have for her, and just how she's such an incredible godly woman anyway. But I just love seeing in ministry, especially just growing up, and how you loved her, which is good. A couple other things. One is I just remember you and I by ourselves would go to the airport sometimes. I would be bored a lot of times, but I just remember how special it was to go to the airport and watch planes take off and land. I know how special you thought that was really cool, and loved doing that with you. I remember when we were itinerating, how you tried to make my life not boring, and by taking the back seat out of the van and putting a TV back there, a keyboard, and a whole bunch of action figures, and I would just spend hours back there. Now you have to strap your kids in like they're going to the atmosphere, but I just appreciate that, and I just remember those times, and just even the traveling all over, and just how you and me, especially like even itinerating and after even itinerating, that you and me would travel by ourselves when you would go to churches, and just the different places and different motels and houses that we stayed at together, and just ministering with you sorry, I got a whole bunch of motorcycles just passed by. But how we would minister together in churches, I just loved that, and just fond memories of that, and how you and I would go to music stores, Guitar Center, or wherever, and just walk through them for hours, and just as a kid, I just thought that was just the coolest thing, just to go in, and how you introduced me to sound, and obviously where I'm at with that. I love that, and just talking about mixers and speakers and just wattage and all that. I think that's so cool. And then even just the trust that you had in me. I really look back and I'm surprised as much trust you and Mom had in me. At 16, taking our blue minivan and letting me drive all over the city of Chicago. I can't imagine having my kids do that, driving in the country, let alone the city of Chicago. And but yet, and even the friends that I hung out with, you guys trusted me. And I just appreciate you doing that and giving me that freedom, but yet setting boundaries. And so appreciate that. And then I loved the day, it was July 23rd, the day that I met Angela. I just remember going into our room that you guys were staying in there at the camp, and you said, that is the woman you're supposed to marry. And I just remember even getting home and just crying in your arms. I don't even know if you remember that. We were in your bed, and I was just crying, knowing that this is something that God was really putting together, and how you told me that she's the one that I should marry. And obviously when we got married, you were there to pray for us at our wedding. You've dedicated all of our children. And then just even the recent thing, 4 years ago, how you advised me and Angela to come to Berean at this church, and been here over 4 years. And that's one thing that I just appreciate about myself, I guess, is just being able to listen to you. There's times where I didn't, but most of the time I did, and just heeding your advice, and knowing that you are an incredibly wise man. I just thank God for you. I thank God that you are in our life. I'm so grateful that you're in our kids' lives. You're an incredible grandparent. I could just go on and on and on. Just what a great man you are, man of wisdom, encouraging, challenging, godly, just incredible. But I just thought I would just send this message and just let you know how much I love you, and that you are an incredible father. I have no regrets. I loved the way you raised me. You aren't sporty, but I'm not sporty. But I think you and I have a close relationship and have a lot in common. And what's great about how you have a lot in common with Corey and Andrew as well, but just feel like you and I just have a special thing. And just even with working in ministry with you, and all the churches that we planted, and the hours that we worked at the churches, and construction and whatever, oh Lord, it just brings back just so many memories. But I'm so fond of them and don't regret anything. And I'm so proud of you, Dad, and love you very much. And obviously I'll see you in a couple days, but anyway, I wish you lived closer, so we could hang out more and go to music stores here and hang out and mess around. But anyway, happy Father's Day. I love you so much, and I know I rambled for about 9 minutes, so hopefully you watch this thing and didn't get bored. But anyway, again, I love you. Happy Father's Day, and we'll talk to you soon.